2, you'll be in a...
So you want a perfect parry like an Evo champion? Well, Different Air gotcha. Check it out. Let's get started. So those who don't know what a perfect parry is, let me explain. A perfect parry is pressing your parry button a split second before your opponent lands an attack on you. So when you do get a perfect parry, you get this animation that you see from the intro. Pro tip 1. I know a lot of you guys like to use your medium punch and your medium kick as your parry button, but I do suggest that you set a macro for this button. Instead of pressing 2 buttons, you can just press 1. What I have mine set under is L1. All you have to do is press start, go to control settings, select edit control mapping, and as you can see, my medium punch and medium kick is set to L1, and it makes it much easier for me to get this off because it's way more consistent pressing 1 button versus having to press 2. Trust me, I tried it and I mess up a lot. Try it for yourself. Use a button that you don't use at all on your controller and try to set it to that parry, and I promise you, you'll see instant upgrading your gameplay. I know you guys are like, yeah, we already know what a perfect parry is. That's still not helping us out. Well, let me show you guys how to utilize it. So I actively in the match try to go for perfect parries. Why? Because you take your turn back, you can tack on some extra damage, or you can play a better defensive game, making it harder for your opponent to land attacks. Simple as that. There are 3 situations that I actively try to go for perfect parry. First one is anti-air. Because a lot of times there's people trying to jump in on you. Doing a perfect parry on an aerial attack, I feel, is the easiest way to get a perfect parry. So the way I like to practice this is just select start, go to anti-air, apply settings, and then try to perfect parry Ryu's jump-ins. I would say do this like 5 to 10 minutes every day before your session, and I promise you, you'll end up a perfect parry god. Other scenario that I actively go for perfect parries are on wake-ups. To practice this, what you want to do is press start, go to reversal settings, select the slot, select an attack that you always have issues with. I usually have an issue with light attacks because they're the fastest. So once you knock him down, he's going to hit you with attack. So from there, you want to time the perfect parry. If you know your opponent is doing a lot of wake ups and he's doing the same thing, like watch the animations, get used to the timing. I promise you, you'll be a lot better. Now the last scenario, this probably going to be the most time you use perfect parry if you're dealing with a zoner or person who's spamming projectile. I feel like perfect parry is one of the best tools, if not the best tool, to deal with projectile spam. So to practice this, what I do, press start, go to record settings. I'll just have Ryu spam different Hadoukens. Okay, once you record it. Now to start it, what you want to do is press L3. You know you got the perfect parry once you see that the animation right there. You want to press parry right before the Hadouken touches you. And the reason why that's so good is the fact that you can stop the spam. Once an opponent sees you consistently hitting perfect parries on a projectile, they are more inclined to move in. And on top of that, as soon as you do a perfect parry on a projectile, you have the ability to move immediately or do a move right after that. Doing that, it puts you in a state to be able to quickly attack your opponent depending on where you are. Of course, it's going to depend on what kind of moves that you can utilize in those scenarios. What you want to do is practice with your specific character to see how you can use this mechanic to the best of your abilities. Now that we explained that, let me tell you guys what not to do. Do not attempt to go for perfect parry every situation, because once an opponent recognizes that, trust me, you're going to get destroyed. They're going to start pulling up for more throws and things like that. So don't always go for perfect parries. Mix it up, put your anti-airs in there, sometimes block. The next thing you don't want to do is, if you get a perfect parry, do not go for a full combo. Going for a full combo, you are wasting meter, you are wasting drive gauge just for a small amount of an attack. The only way I would attempt to go for that, unless you know 100% that your opponent is going to get KO, because look at how much damage I get without doing a perfect parry. Same combo, but without a perfect parry. You see the damage difference? So honestly, what you should do, let's say if you're in a corner, go for the side switch, throw them to the other side, go for a B&B combo, knock them down just to set up some better attacks. That's what I recommend. So at this point on, now you know all this information about perfect parry. What you want to do is every day before you go into a session of Street Fighter, practice it like 10 to 15 minutes. and I promise you within a week you're gonna be a parry god. I hope this guide helps you out. You already know what it is. TDN signing out. Yo, yo, yo.